This is Ridley Scott's Raised by Wolves, a show riddled with Ridley's alien lore and Dune references. This episode will explore those references and will contain spoilers for the whole Raised by Wolves series. If you haven't seen the show yet and do not wish to be spoiled, please watch another video of mine. Fans of Ridley Scott's work will be happy to know that the show is filled with references to his previous work. And I imagine that show creator Aaron Guzikowski and Ridley Scott are both Dune fans. So let's take a look at these references.
He's an android.
The show features a smoking android, similar to the scene in Blade Runner where Rachel smokes, but unlike Rachel, he knows he's an android. The android also has an interesting name which we will look at later. Of course, a smoking android is a nod to Ridley Scott's original Blade Runner where Rachel the android smokes. Smoking seems to merely be a gesture here, and a pointless one at that, because an android wouldn't be addicted to substances like nicotine, so this is merely mimicking human behaviour. We have similar themes from Alien in Raised by Wolves, such as the malfunctioning android that bleeds a white liquid. When Ash malfunctions in Alien, he also bleeds a white liquid.
Stop!
And this is just a reminder that if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe and click the bell so that you can be first to be notified of new videos. Now that that is out the way, let's get back to it. When Mother malfunctions, she bleeds a white liquid, similar to how Ash in Alien bleeds a white liquid when he malfunctions. Ash became violent, similar to how Mother becomes violent. So the fear of androids and their powers and their abilities is still present in Ridley Scott's Raised by Wolves.
We failed him, Mother, and we failed our children.
Stop speaking!
The actress who plays Mother conveys emotions so incredibly well for an android. You almost get a sense that these emotions are programmed, and yet they occur so passionately. There aren't just references to Alien, there are obvious parallels between Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and Raised by Wolves as well. The severed head in Prometheus is like the severed head in episode 9 of Raised by Wolves. The helmets that Mother and Father wear are similar to the headwear worn by the engineers on their homeworld. Even the helmet that she finds reminds me of the space jockey from Alien. So Raised by Wolves could very easily be something out of Alien lore, and maybe based in the Alien universe. The engineers also look like some creatures that are found on Kepler-22b. Even some of the technology in the show feels familiar, or at least similar to Prometheus. The consoles may be based on the same technology, at least the same functionality as the technology in Prometheus. So the technology can easily be from the same universe as the Alien films. Mother flying to destroy the Mithraic Ark is similar to David going to the engineer's homeworld to destroy them. Mother is impregnated by a foreign entity, similar to how a facehugger impregnates a host in Alien lore to create the xenomorph. There's also a recurring theme of eyes in Raised by Wolves. Again, another severed head. Mother takes the eyes of other androids to use them as her own. It's reminiscent of the scene in Blade Runner when Roy and Leon enter Hannibal Chu's workstation, who designs replicant eyes. The severed head that she takes eyes from is the android that was smoking previously. The android's name is called Jinn, spelled in the same way you would spell it from an Arabic translation, Jinn. And this has a funny connection to Dune, specifically the character Duncan Idaho, because he becomes a Ghola or Ghula, coming from Ghul, which is a form of jinn in Islamic lore. And this brings us to a whole host of references to Dune in Raised by Wolves. In the show there is a prophecy of a boy who will become the leader of the Mithraic.
An orphan boy who dwells in an empty land.
The prophet who will discover the Mithraic mysteries.
It is implied that the boy of this prophecy is a character called Paul. He also owns a mouse which he is very fond of. This is very similar to the prophecy of Muad'Dib among the Fremen, and Muad'Dib meaning mouse. In one scene he follows the mouse into a cave, and in this cave he sees drawings depicted on the walls, and one of them looks like a giant worm, which later turns out to be a snake. But these pictures of these worm-like snakes have been present throughout the show, appearing on many walls. But all of this symbolism is reminiscent of Dune. And this is where Alien and Dune merge, because in Alien, a host gives birth to the xenomorph, but Mother gives birth to this worm-like creature with a mouth reminiscent of a worm's mouth from Dune. It later grows in size to be almost as big as a worm. The show has glow globes reminiscent of Dune. Some characters even have visions like Paul would have in his spice trance. And the Paul character builds an empire reminiscent of Paul Atreides building his empire in Dune. A character even finds a tooth which is relevant to Dune, and the tooth that is given to Duke Leto in order to exact revenge on House Harkonnen. As we know, Ridley Scott was going to direct a Dune film in the 80s, so Raised by Wolves does feel like a love letter to Dune and his previous work, the Dune project he never got to make. There's also some great scenes and shots which remind me of Lord of the Rings. The rapist helmet imploding is similar to when Eowyn kills the Witch King of Angmar in Return of the King. And the scene where Mother and Father's ship freefalls into the planet's core is reminiscent of Gandalf and the Balrog free-falling. I've been very impressed with how HBO has handled their social media, engaging with fans, creating a comic book for the show, so I'm very excited to see what they do with the Dune: The Sisterhood series. Creators who have worked with Ridley Scott have said that he wants to move away from the xenomorph and expand on Alien in other ways, and Raised by Wolves would be a perfect example and a perfect way to break from that xenomorph mold and go into something different, to expand the Alien universe in a way it can grow without repeating itself. So what do you guys think of this information? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and click the bell so that you can be first to be notified of new videos. If you like this channel, you can support me on Patreon, where you'll get exclusive content and access to new material ahead of time. And now you can join this channel as a member, where you'll receive exclusive access to special content and more. Thank you to my channel members and my Patreons for your support. And until next time, see you soon.